Peace and greetings and Hotep. This is Amun Ra Tahuti Haru Kahuti Haru, or just Amen, or Brother Amen. Um, the video or videos that I will be posting at this time are about the movie Branded. It came out, I think it's September, beginning of September, somewhere around there. It was in movie theaters, and it wasn't a lot said about it because you had other blockbuster movies and other things out at that time, and this one went under the radar, which is no surprise because other deep or spiritually, metaphysically, and occult significant movies go under the radar, and that's because of the fact they are occult based. Occult is nothing evil, as you all should know. Those who subscribe to my videos, it means that which is hidden from plain view. And sometimes something can be hidden from you. It can be right in your face. However, since you're not trained or taught to see those things, it's just a symbol. It can be the chevron symbol for the Chevron gas station. It's just those two symbols. However, from an occult standpoint, that's that's a compass and a square, or two right angles, which has very significant meaning when it comes to our lives and who and why are using those particular things. Anyway, this movie, and usually a lot of times I don't break down a lot of movies in my videos because a lot of other individuals do that. However, I felt it necessary for me to break it down because of the symbolism that was in the movie, because there's messages in the movie that is needed for us right now. And when I say us, I'm not only speaking of a particular color or particular religion. I'm speaking for everyone because it affects everyone. Everything that goes on this planet affects us to a major or minor degree. So, starting off, I'm not going to necessarily tell you the movie blow by blow, minute by minute, because that would take several videos. However, I'm going to state the key points that deal with metaphysical and occult implications. Okay. The movie starts off with a young man who is in his youth, or a youngling, and he's looking at the stars a particular night. This movie takes place, or the setting takes place in Russia, Moscow to be exact. And he's looking up in the sky one night and he sees 6 particular stars. And it's interesting because 6 is a number that deals with the acceptance and learning of higher occult knowledge. It's also the number dealing with beauty, unions, especially sexual unions, because in the occult metaphysical perspective, everything is sex and sex is everything. I'll explain that further as I go along in the symbolism. He looks up and he sees these six stars, and as he's seeing them, he also begins to see that it makes out a constellation that looks similar to the head of a cow. Now, some of you are already saying that's Hathor, a personification of Isis, or Isis as we call her, but it's Isis if we do the proper pronunciation, or Aset. And from there, he begins running down the street, and all of a sudden, he's struck with a lightning bolt. And that's symbolism also, because a lightning bolt can mean inspiration. It can also mean the beginning stages of the rising up of energy. However, from what I've seen, it was um, higher inspiration. It was implanted in him an angle of light, or angel. Angel and angle. When you look up the etymology of it, they all mean the same thing. And it can mean an intelligence coming in at a certain point, at a certain time, in a certain space and place and time, to either give you a message or carry out a purpose. So now it flashes to the year 2017. 2 and 1 is 3, plus 7, that's 10. 1 and 0, which is, the 0 means the it can be a completion of a cycle previously in the beginning of another. Okay, so this same guy who was struck by the lightning, who saw the cow in the heavens, so to speak, his name is Micah, or Misha, which is another form of Michael, or Mikhail. And a lot of you know the symbolism dealing with Michael and Mike and stuff like that. And so from there, it flashes forward to the future, where he's like the most sought after advertising agent. It's like, if you want to sell doo-doo, and even though it stinks and this and that, if you wish to market it to anyone, especially in Moscow or the world at the time, he can do it. Okay, and he's working for a particular guy, an American. I can't think of his name at the time, but he's the same guy who plays the head of the bureau in Hellboy 2. The bald guy with the glasses. And I, suggest that you all check out this movie. You don't have to. However, it has a lot of symbolism in it, and you all will probably see some stuff in it that I didn't catch. Alright. So anyway, his boss, who was motivated by this greed and this money coming in, you find out in the beginning that all these major corporations, especially dealing with fast food in the movie, all are geared towards making people fat and making fat the new normal, or making fat in, so to speak, so that they can keep selling their products. Alright, now keep that in mind. So then his boss tells Misha that Abby, which is the woman in the movie who represents, in so many words, Micah's inspiration in ways, his offset, or in so many words, his heteru, for his purpose that he plays out in this movie. And so he's informed by his boss to not touch her. Don't say nothing to her, don't interact with her, because he already knows, his boss, that the woman is very interested in him. So they end up happening to, get together anyway. And she is telling him that she has this idea for a new reality show. And the reality show is taking someone who's big, fat, thick, whatever, so-called undesirable, and using this extreme surgical process to make them small and beautiful, like models and anyone else who has this look. So from there, from the metaphysical occult standpoint, she represents an idea. The femininity, or the feminine aspect, represents idea and mind. The masculine aspect represents that which is going to send forth the action. or send forth a command, and both the masculine and feminine work out the details in order for it to manifest.